Hi everyone, welcome to today's workshop. This is called Home Gym Essentials. My name is Jamie McLaren, General Manager of the Octane Fitness Center, and we have Amy Bush with us here as well, General Manager of the Cox Fitness Centers. So we wanted to talk to you all about how to build your home gym, how to get the most bang for your buck. We know you all will be working out in the Cox Fitness Centers here shortly, and hopefully at home as well, just because we want to give you guys options of how to stay active no matter where you're at. So today we're going to break down what type of equipment you can get, how much it costs roughly, where to get it, and sort of kind of the most bang for your buck in general. So let's get started. The first section kind of is going to be your low cost and takes up little space piece of equipment. Some of it is a really great, just kind of versatile piece of equipment. Some of it is not the most versatile, so you kind of will have to make the decision on what works best for you. So the first one is the resistance band, which we have over here. It's got handles on it. It costs about $10 to $15 just for one band. If you wanted to get 6 different types of bands, it would be about $65, and this is through Power Systems. It's a website where we order a lot of our equipment. So that band, the weight ranges, just because there's different weights to it, it ranges from 4 to 85 pounds of resistance. You can buy those at Power Systems, Target, Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods, really anywhere you can find equipment. You can use it for curls, deadlifts, lat pull downs, band pull aparts, overhead pressing, all kinds of things. Pros about it takes up very little space and is very affordable. Cons is that it has a little bit of you're limited with what you can do with it. Next exercise, you've got your large loop resistance bands. So these are kind of more what you'll see in the CrossFit world. This can range from anywhere from $12 to $80, and it ranges from 2 pounds to 200 pounds. So this one has a little bit more versatility with it. You can kind of loop it around your neck, do some deadlifts, maybe do some squats, still more curls, more overhead pressing. It is lightweight, versatile, but it can be expensive. These are 2 different strengths here. The red one's pretty flimsy and not a ton of strength behind it or resistance behind it. The green one, a little bit tougher, going to be more expensive. So those can be affordable, but $200 is also a lot just for a little band that is not the most versatile. So pros and cons to it. Next is the Versa small loop resistance bands right here. These are great. I love these personally. These are $3 to $4 for one band. If you wanted to get 6 different bands, which have different resistance and strengths, $20. You can use this for squats. You can use it for kind of working your stability muscles, smaller muscles that you don't typically work with any other type of equipment. You can buy these almost anywhere. You can use it for squats, curls, triceps, overhead press, lat pull down, side steps, forearms, all kinds of things. Pros, inexpensive, takes up little space, versatile. Con, you're a little bit limited as far as what you can do with it in gaining strength. You can get only so far, I think, but it does have positives to it. Up next is the gliders. We've got these gliders right here. There's a lot of different brands of these too. You can find these almost anywhere. It is $15 for one pair of gliders. These are great. You can kind of use these in a way you can't really use any other type of equipment. It takes up little space, it's inexpensive, and it challenges you in a way that other equipment does. It's going to work your stability muscles in a lot of different ways. You are a little bit limited because it can be challenging to keep your balance in whatever way you're using it, so it may not be the most beginner friendly. And you kind of are limited once you get used to it. You can't really quite gain that much, strength from it after a certain time. Up next, we've got a TRX. The TRX is a suspension trainer. We do not have that in here right now, but that is okay. That costs $210. You can find other brands. There's a brand called Lifeline USA Jungle Gym, $120, so about half the price. So that is a suspension training. You're using your body weight against gravity. This is a great tool. You can take it anywhere. All you need is a doorway or even a tree to hook it up to. If you're working out outside, You're kind of pushing against gravity. You can do push-ups, you can do squats, single leg squats, some lunges. You can work a lot of core, so that's a really great piece of equipment. It doesn't take up a ton of space. It's kind of a moderate price, obviously, but you will need something to anchor to, so that could be a pro or a con, and you are kind of limited once you hit a certain amount of strength. You're still going to get a great workout, but you may not gain all that strength. Up next for our low-cost piece of equipment is the exercise ball. You guys have these. I think almost everyone does at their house. It's the big, bouncy, blow-up balls. These are about $46 to $50 depending on size. They range from 55 centimeter, I think that's diameter, to 65 to 75. You can buy these pretty much anywhere. I know you've seen these at Walmart and at Target. You can use this for wall squats, hamstring curls, abs, core, overhead squats, push-ups. Pro is that it is a moderate price, versatile, and common piece of equipment, so pretty much everyone has one of these. You can find a YouTube video on how to use it. A con is that it does take a little bit of space up, and so you need to find space to store it. It's not the most versatile. You're not going to gain a ton of strength from it, but you will get a good workout from it. Up next, we've got your moderate cost pieces of equipment, and takes up a little bit more space than some of the ones we've already talked about. First, you've got dumbbells. We all know what a dumbbell is. Dumbbells, the price ranges depending on the brand. You can find a dumbbell anywhere. For the brand that I found, which was Power Systems, 5 pounds, a pair of 5-pound dumbbells starts at $14. A 15-pound pair is about $36. 30-pound pair is about $95. So you're almost getting, it's almost $2 a pound. So the heavier you get, these are going to get pricier. You can buy these anywhere. You can use these for almost every exercise. To me, this is a really great bang for your buck, especially if you're going to get a heavier set because you are going to gain strength fast, and eventually that 10-pound pair is going to be too light, so go heavier because you're stronger than you think. But these, if you had just had a pair, it doesn't take up a ton of space. You can store it away. It's versatile. You can use it for an entire total body workout, and you can be very versatile with that workout. Up next, we've got kettlebells. Right here, the blue kettlebell we have here. So these are similar to dumbbells in that they do get pricier the heavier they get. A 10-pound a 10-pound kettlebell was $32. 20-pound was $46. 30-pound $65. 40-pound was $92. You can buy these anywhere. Target, Amazon, Power Systems, Walmart. You can do lots of workouts with these. I personally am a huge fan of kettlebells. I love kettlebells. I think they're super fun. You can get really creative with your workouts with them and work total body. You can get super strong from them. So one of them does not take up a ton of space, as you can see. So that is a pro to it. You can be more creative. The lighter ones are a moderate price. A con is that they are expensive the heavier they get. If you have a couple sets of them, they do take up some space. They're not the most beginner friendly, I'll say that much. You can get away with it and get your basic movements in, but they are kind of more for your advanced people, if you will. Alrighty, up next we've got our pull-up bar, which is right here. This costs anywhere from $25 to $60. You can find these on anywhere. Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, Amazon. I did not see one on Power Systems, which is where we buy a lot. But these you can hook into your doorway. You can, as long as you are pulling correctly, pull yourself up in a couple different variations of pull-ups. You can do chin-ups, pull-ups, neutral grip pull-ups, working your back. I will say working out at home, it's really tough to work your back a lot of times, and you want to work your back to keep your posture muscles nice and tall and strong. So highly recommend some sort of pulling piece of equipment to get your back nice and strong if you're working out from home. Great way to work on your pull-ups. You can get strong easily and improve your posture. A con is that it can be dangerous if used incorrectly. If you kind of push up before you pull down, you could fall to the ground. So you need to be very aware of what you're doing. It can damage your door frame, and these are challenging for beginners. Up next, we've got a tidal tank, which is a fun piece of equipment. This costs anywhere from, there's a 0 to 7 pound tidal tank, which costs $49. There's a kettle tank, which is up to 12 pounds and $54. And then this is up to a 45 pound tidal tank, which is $60. So the cool thing about this is you can empty it, take it wherever you need to go if you're traveling, and you can fill it up with water and get a great workout in on the beach, on the go, wherever you are, at a national park, if you're camping and you want to work out. The cool thing about this too is that it's going to work you in different ways than another piece of equipment can't, because the weight shifts throughout. So you've got to work your core and stability muscles to try and control it. So it can be lightweight. You can take it anywhere. A con is that it's not the most beginner friendly, and it could leak, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a way that they prevent that, but it is always could happen. Up next, we've got workout sandbags. So similar to this, but they are filled with sand. The 10-pound one can cost $90. That doesn't seem right. 20 pounds can cost $100, 30 pounds $111, 40 pounds $122, and 50 pound can cost $133. Brands you can buy them from are Power Systems, Brute Force, Rogue, TRX, and Skills. You can do a lot of pushing, pulling, squatting, power cleans, lunging, core, stability with sandbags, just like you can with this tidal bag. Pro is that it's dynamic and versatile and does not take up a ton of space. A con is that it's not the most beginner friendly. It's heavy and pricier for the higher weight. Lastly here, we've got power blocks, which are right here. Power blocks, you may have seen these in our fitness centers on the backs of the ellipticals. Power blocks are kind of a stack of weights. They range anywhere from 8 pounds to 32. This one does at least. You can slide the lock in and out and pick your weight. So they stack into each other. It doesn't take up a ton of space. It is great and versatile to work your total body and have more than one weight option, especially if you have a pair of these. Then that's a really great option. You're getting up to almost 70 pounds with 2 dumbbells at the full weight. You can work total body, squats, lunges, curls, triceps, bench press. You name it, you can do it. Brands are Sport24 and Power Block. You can find these on Amazon, Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods. Pro is that it's compact, takes up little space, versatile, great for beginners and those that are experienced. A con is that they can be expensive and hard to find right now. I was trying to find these. They are sold out in a lot of places. A lot of people are building their home gym. So that's kind of your low cost, doesn't take up a ton of space. Moderate cost, doesn't take up a ton of space and is doable at most bang for your buck. One quick note before I hand it off to Amy to go over her section. You can find a lot of this stuff used at maybe Hibbett Sports, maybe a thrift store. Thank you. Play It Again Sports. I was trying to think of the name of that. Or even Facebook Marketplace. I have personally built my home gym all from Facebook Marketplace. You can find great deals. You just have to keep an eye out and act quickly when you do see stuff. I've gotten kettlebells there. I've gotten dumbbells. I've got a barbell set and I guess you could call it a portable squat rack and bench. So if you're looking for it, you can find ways to be creative to find good deals, or you can buy brand new shiny equipment, whatever works for you.
Also, another one to add on to there is estate sales. I know that's a little different, but I have a friend that's a big thrifter, and she loves estate sale shopping. So that's one that you could think of as well. So I have a couple more middle cost here. We're going to go through our balls. We have a lot of different options of balls, and they have different names. Some go by one or a couple of names, but we can kind of show you what they do. The first one is going to be a medicine ball. So the medicine ball is going to be just your, and some people can call these slam balls or whatever. They're usually weighted, and the weights are going to obviously depend on how high you want your weight, and usually it's about the same as a dumbbell, 2 times the weight. So if it's an 8-pound ball, maybe 16 pounds there. You can find these actually at TJ Maxx, at Walmart, Amazon. Just make sure you're not getting ripped off by it being way expensive on Amazon, because there are a lot that are on there. So do your shopping around. Target, also a great place to find these as well. Next is our slam ball over here, our Dynamax slam ball. This is one that's got a little more bounce to it, and they're really all about being outside, taking it against concrete or whatnot. It is a little more bulky, so in storage-wise, it might kind of get in the way. But these are a little bit more for your outdoor, can handle, the elements. Dynamax balls can be found on Rogue or Power Systems. It also does not bounce as high as a med ball would. 6 pounds, you start at $85, 8 pounds, $90, 10 pounds, $95. So it's a little more expensive, but it is great, and it does keep itself together pretty well because we've had this in our CrossFit room for a while. Next one would be your dead balls. These are balls that you slam and they don't bounce. So it takes more effort to get down to the ground and pick it up, just like Jamie is showing us here. So those dead balls, surprisingly, I got a 15-pound one just like this one we have here at TJ Maxx for $20, so $19.99. So check out TJ Maxx for that. Amazon, you've got 10-pound ones for $29.99, 8 pounds for $26.99. So probably the best option there was TJ Maxx. The unfortunate thing about TJ Maxx is you never know what they're going to have in stock. So and every TJ Maxx might be different. So that's dead balls. Plyo box is our next one. We did not bring that in here. So plyo boxes, a lot of people can try to make them. That's a dangerous thing. If you want to go with a reliable source, Rogue Fitness is also a great thing to do. Those are made out of wood. Now there are other step-ups or steps or plyo boxes that have metal frames on the bottom. You can find those at Power Systems. We love them. You can do step-ups on them. You can do plyo work. That means jumping, stepping down, different things like that. So it's great, but it also is a little more expensive. I'd rather you spend your money on more weighted options instead. And also, that's high impact. So if you are someone who has knee injuries, you don't necessarily need that. So, and you also may have stairs in your home, so you could utilize those instead. Going into our high costs, so we're looking at our squat racks, our treadmills, things like that. High cost squat racks, so we've got Rep Fitness. That's a great brand for your squat racks. At home squat racks, you need to be very careful on what you use and what the material is that's made out of, as well as their stability. Some things work great for if you're just lifting a little bit with your barbells, but really make sure that they're sturdy and they're a reputable brand. Rogue is also a great one. On Rogue, they have the cheapest one they have is $355, and then it goes into the thousands. So really, it's what you're looking for. Obviously, if you're looking for higher impact lifts, higher weighted lifts, you want to make sure you have something stable, as well as are you doing just chest press, bench press, whatnot, or are you doing squat racks, deadlifts, things like that. So really looking at what you're trying to do there. Rep Fitness, their cheapest rack that they have is $359, so right in the $300 range for your squat rack. Obviously, pros, cons, if you're just beginning, you're not going to go here with a whole squat rack. This is a big investment, but it does yield great results. So if you're looking to increase your fitness game, definitely check those out. So to go with that squat rack, you have barbells. So we have a barbell here. This is a Rogue barbell. They're made of several different materials as well. You've got to really watch these. Make sure when you're using them that you are using them often, because it actually uses the oils from your hands and your body to keep it from rusting. So that's a very interesting thing that we've learned. But barbells a little more advanced for our people. Barbells are great just as is. The bars come in different weights. You've got your standard bar, which is 45, and then women's, which is 35, I believe. Yes, and then they do have junior bars as well. They could go 25 and 15. You can find some barbells on Amazon. They definitely have those on there, but some big players in the game, again, is Rep Fitness and Rogue. Those barbells, the cheapest on Rogue, they start at $225. Again, advanced. And then also Jamie just showed you kind of ways that you can use it, either by itself or with plated weights. Now we did not bring plated weights in here, but there are usually two types. So you got your heavier ones with the black coating on the outsides, and then some are your like basic, what is that material for the plates? just like plastic or metal, where it could chip and, whatnot. And then you have your bumper plates. So your bumper plates are your Olympic weights. So those are going to be a little more cushiony. So if you're looking to really watch your flooring, bumper weights are probably the best. You can also find little puzzle piece padded flooring I saw at Aldi to put down for your gym as well, just to add an extra cushion. Those are going to be, your bumper weights are more useful for deadlifts. So that's where you're starting at the bottom, and then it's also just great to use and move around a little easier with those bumper weights than your regular plates. So just to give you an idea of plates, just a 2.5-pound pair of those little tiny plates are $19. A 10-pound pair, $49, and then 45 pair, that's your biggest one. Plate for a pair of those is $159. So it does get pricey as you're trying to build your gym. So again, it comes down to what you're trying to do with that barbell. If you need that 45 pounds, you want to start there because you are ready for those heavier lifts, or build it from the bottom up with some lighter ones, and just as you go, collect more. So a bench press rack, so that's going to be kind of like your squat rack, but that's a disconnected. There are some actually that adjust to where they could be bench, and then they could come all the way high for a squat rack. Now those can get cheaper, but I'm not going to tell you that they're going to be the most reliable thing, because again, you want really good stability, especially when you're lifting and you're just by yourself. You don't want to have just a rack that has a little insert where you put the barbell, because if you're pressing it up and you miss that, you're in trouble. So again, higher impact, higher weight, a little more dangerous. You want to get something a little more solid. So Rogue starts with a squat and chest press or bench press set for $485. You can check them out. Again, Amazon has several options as well. Just really look into the reviews. That's where you can find a little more specifics on those brands that aren't as big. All right, we got just a couple more here in the high price items. Treadmill. I don't know if some of you guys have Costco memberships or not, but they have some great deals on some treadmills. Their lowest that I could find was $5.99. There's Amazon, of course, as well, and Walmart, but major brands to look for are Nordic Track. That's about $1,000 there. Starting off, Life Fitness, going to be more expensive. That's what you usually see in the gyms. Matrix, that's what we have here at Cox. And then Proform. Proform and your Nordic Track are going to be a little less expensive. There is also the Echelon Fit, which it has, it's 1.3 thousand, or 1,300, and it is, got that interactive part that a lot of people are liking with a lot of their cardio equipment. But you can find them pretty low. Again, the lower, maybe not the best quality. And remember that you're going to have to keep up on the maintenance on it as well. So you want to go with something a little nicer. Let's see, Elliptical is next. Ellipticals, again, Costco, you can find them on there. Ellipticals get a little more expensive. Your major brands are going to be Proform, Nordic Track again, Matrix, and then Octane. So just to give you an idea, the Octanes that we have here, they start at, $2,500. So they are a little more expensive, but you can find them starting at, $800 is what I found for Proform. These are great to give you an option for cardio beyond running or whatever you do, swimming, that you can do for free outside. It just is great for also low impact. So you can take a little bit of that pressure from what you would get from running or just the pounding on a treadmill or outside, and it's a little lower impact, easier on the knees. How to use, you just get on it and you get moving. The best thing to do is make sure you switch up your levels and your resistance so that you don't just get on it and start moving. Next one is rower. So we have our rower here, Concept 2. It's one of the major brands that we use in our CrossFit room. It's a great brand all around. We also have Matrix rowers as well. Costco has a rower, not as Concept 2, but it starts at $5.99. That's just an idea of probably the low end, and then it kind of continues up. Echelon also has an interactive one, and that's going to be more of your higher end, and that's like 1,500 starting, a little bit higher up. But again, rowing is great, but when you want to get your bang for your buck, I would go for an elliptical or a treadmill. It kind of also comes down to what your preference is, whatever you're going to use the most. We don't want, like some of my people say, their treadmill is their drying rack for their clothes. So we don't want that to happen. We really want you to use it. So we want it to be the best kind of cardio equipment piece that you like. If you love CrossFit, if you love high intensity or big burst of rowing, or you were a rower in college, then a rower may be best for you. It's just really what comes down to what you like. The last two here, we have a bike. So bikes can be really anything. You've got your recumbent bike where you sit back and pedal, and then your stationary, which are on top, and then you've got more of like spin bikes. Some of the most popular things that are out there right now are your Peloton, obviously, with your interactive instructor, and that is $1,895. That's where it starts, and then the bundles go up from there. Remember that you do have a membership that you have to pay each month as well for that, so it's not just the bike. It kind of has a reoccurring charge as well. And then you have the Echelon, which starts a little cheaper version at $799. There is also Proform, and it's through Costco for $429, and it's got an iFit membership as well with it. So just keep that in mind for those ones that do have the interactive service, is there is going to be a fee. Great things you can do. It's like going to a spin class without having to actually be in a spin class, and it's a lot of fun, great music. I love it to use it in my weekly workouts, and yeah, it's just a great way to get another kind of cardio in. Lastly, we have the punching bag. You can find that at Academy, Dick's, Sporting Goods, whatnot. Everlast is your big brand there, and a 40-pound bag starts at $49.99 and then goes up from there. If you like to get intervals in there, you like mixed martial arts, that would be something that would be great for you. Just remember that not only the bag, you've got to get the gloves as well. So that's pretty much it. That wraps us up. If you have any questions then about any specific equipment pieces, or you want to know more about something else, you can email me, amy.bush@coxinc.com, or you can email Jamie McLaren, that's McLaren, at coxautoinc.com, and we could help you out however you need. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you later. Have a good one.